Do you ever feel like you're saving money, but it never seems to add up? Maybe you're doing everything right, setting aside money, cutting back on expenses, but still not seeing the results you expected. Why does saving money seem so difficult for so many people? Could it be that there are hidden financial mistakes lurking behind your savings plan? In this video, we'll uncover the top 5 common mistakes people make while trying to save money and explain what you can do to avoid them. By learning how to save more effectively, you'll be one step closer to financial freedom and achieving your money goals. Let's get started. 1. Focusing on saving at the expense of everything else. One of the most common mistakes people make when trying to save money is focusing solely on saving and ignoring other important financial responsibilities. While it's important to save, it's equally crucial to manage other aspects of your financial life, especially high-interest debt. Many people get so caught up in saving a little here and there that they forget about the costly credit card balances or loans they are carrying. While saving in a low-interest account is good, it doesn't make sense if you're paying 20% or more in credit card interest. The truth is, prioritizing savings while neglecting to pay off high-interest debts can cost you far more in the long run. It's far more beneficial to tackle that credit card balance first, so you aren't paying high interest on money that could be saved or invested for the future. By managing your debts properly, you ensure that your savings efforts aren't undermined by growing interest payments. It's about striking a balance between paying off debt and building up savings. Once the high-interest debts are cleared, your focus can shift more effectively towards saving and investing for long-term wealth. To correct this mistake, prioritize paying down high-interest debt first, then put more energy into saving. Once your financial house is in order, you can build a solid savings cushion and invest for the future without the burden of excessive debt. 2. Not prioritizing your saving. Another critical mistake many people make when managing their finances is failing to prioritize saving. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that paying off debt should be the first step toward financial freedom, but there are situations where saving should take precedence. For instance, if your employer offers a 401k match, it's crucial to contribute enough to take full advantage of that offer, even if you still have outstanding debts. Why? Because that 401k match is essentially free money for your retirement, and you shouldn't leave that on the table. It's an immediate return on your investment, and missing out on it means you're losing out on potential wealth in the long run. Additionally, while paying off high-interest debt should always be a priority, focusing on saving can sometimes be a smarter long-term strategy. If you have federal student loans or a mortgage with low interest rates, it might be worth continuing to contribute to your retirement accounts like a 401k or a Roth IRA while managing your debt at a slower pace. The tax-advantaged nature of these accounts means you get a head start on building wealth through compounding interest. The earlier you start saving, the more your money has time to grow and work for you. Moreover, one of the most overlooked aspects of financial planning is building an emergency fund. Before aggressively paying down low-interest debt, ensure that you have at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses set aside in an easily accessible savings account. Having a financial cushion can protect you from unexpected expenses or job loss, preventing you from falling back into debt. In short, prioritize your savings to secure your financial future, and then address any high-interest debt once your foundation is solid. 3. Buying items just because they're on sale. We've all been there. Walk into a store and suddenly a big sale sign catches your eye. It's tempting, right? But here's the thing. Buying items just because they're on sale doesn't always help you save money. In fact, it can often lead to more spending than you planned. The sale price might seem like a great deal, but if it wasn't an item you needed in the first place, you're not actually saving. You're spending. The key here is to recognize that a sale isn't a reason to buy. It's a reason to walk away. Let's say you plan to buy a pair of shoes for $100, but the sale offers a 25% discount. You might think you're saving $25, but if you then spend that $25 on something else in the store, you're actually not saving at all. You're simply spending more than you intended. The real way to save during sales is to resist the urge to buy what you don't need. To avoid this trap, ask yourself, do I really need this, before grabbing items on sale. Make a conscious decision to only buy things that align with your budget and goals. If you must take advantage of a sale, consider saving the money you saved and putting it directly into your savings or investment accounts. In this way, you turn a potential spending opportunity into a savings opportunity. For always choosing the cheapest option. While choosing the cheapest option may seem like the best way to save money, it's not always the most cost-effective decision in the long run. The problem with opting for the lowest priced item is that it often sacrifices quality, leading to higher long-term costs. For example, let's say you buy a cheap toaster for $10, thinking it's a great deal. After a few months, it stops working and you have to buy another one. Now, you spent $20 on 2 toasters when you could have bought one good quality toaster for $30 that would last for years. The idea that cheaper is always better can sometimes lead to more expenses down the line. When you buy cheap products that break quickly or wear out faster, you'll end up replacing them more frequently, which costs you more money. A more expensive, high-quality product may cost more upfront, but it'll save you money over time. This principle applies to everything from appliances to clothing to cars. Rather than always going for the cheapest option, think of your purchases in terms of longevity and value. In the long run, buying quality can be much more cost-effective than continually replacing cheap items. It's about spending smartly, not just frugally. Make sure the products you buy offer durability and long-term value, not just a quick discount. 5. Going on a spending fast. Spending fast or cutting out all unnecessary spending for a certain period are often seen as a way to save big money. While this approach can work for a short time, it often backfires in the long run. Why? Because depriving yourself of all spending can create a sense of scarcity and can actually trigger unhealthy spending once the fast is over. People often binge spend after a strict spending freeze, which leads to a cycle of overindulgence followed by guilt. Instead of trying to go on an extreme spending fast, consider adopting a more sustainable approach by gradually cutting back on unnecessary expenses. For example, if you often eat out or order takeout, try cooking at home a few more times a week. Start small and gradually work your way up. By creating habits that limit spending without making you feel deprived, you can build long-term saving habits that are less likely to result in a spending binge. Additionally, instead of restricting all spending, create a fun budget that allows for guilt-free purchases. This gives you a sense of control over your finances without making you feel like you're missing out. The key here is balance. Don't deprive yourself to the point where it becomes unsustainable. Instead, make gradual, intentional cuts to your spending and save for the things that really matter. Saving money doesn't have to be complicated, but it's all too easy to make the wrong decisions when it comes to managing your finances. From focusing too much on saving at the expense of debt repayment to falling into the trap of sales, or choosing the cheapest options, the mistakes people make while trying to save money are often self-sabotaging. The key to successful saving is not about deprivation or extreme measures. It's about balance. By prioritizing your spending, making smarter financial choices, and setting long-term goals, you can avoid the most common pitfalls. Start by recognizing where you're going wrong and take action to make positive changes. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on improving your financial health. Let's get smarter with money together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.